All right, welcome back to the channel. Today's the day to tell you that yes, I finally bought a tractor. So here it is. I decided to go with the TYM T4058P with the cab on it. Check it out. Now I've actually had it for a couple of weeks. We have not been able to get videos out. Been a little bit busy, and but I want to tell you that I've had the unloaded loaded hay with it. I have used it with the forks on it, and I've used the bucket on it, and so far it's done pretty good. Now it's not without some flaws that I think they could do a better job, but we'll talk about those in a later video. So we're not going to go into great detail of why I chose it over some of the other tractors. Remember, I've looked at several different brands, and some of them were a lot bigger than really what I was looking for. And you know, like the Coyote 70, what is it? The 7340. That was a beautiful tractor. That RX 7340. I'd love to have that tractor, but at the same time, it was not accomplishing what I set out for. I was looking for a smaller tractor. So you know, you can look at the different tractors that we looked at, the Deutz-Fahr, the Coyotes, the even Kubota, which we didn't do any filming on. Now, there's been some comments that were made about the LS, because I was looking at the LS 473, and I had made comments that this tractor's a little bit too big and larger than what I want. And so there were some individuals that commented that, why don't you look at the 357? Well, I did. I have looked at the LS MT 357, the LS M 352, the LS MT 347, and I think it's the LS MT 342. Now, here, there's nothing wrong with all of those. Those were really nicely laid out. I really like the MT 357, and I would have considered it even stronger if it hadn't been for this one thing. Now, it wasn't because there was something wrong with the LS. I think LS makes a good tractor. I'm very happy with my MT 573, but it had a lot more to do with the size of the cab. So many of you know that I'm a pretty big guy. If you've been watching the channel long, you pretty well know that. I'm 6'4". I weigh over 300 pounds right now, and I don't fold up very well. So getting into some of these smaller cabs just doesn't work for me. I cannot get my leg up on the clutch. The seats don't go back far enough. It's hard to hit the brake, things like that. And when you're shopping for a tractor, if you're not comfortable, go somewhere else. Start looking at something else, because your comfort level on that tractor is important, and as well as many other things such as the quality of the tractor and so forth. But keep in mind that comfort level for several hours on a tractor really means a lot. So basically, what it boils down to is that the LS MT 357 that I looked at, there was nothing wrong with it. I didn't have any issues with that tractor. Nice tractor, nice layout. Interior was nicely laid out and everything else. But it came down to cab size. That's what it really came down to, was the cab size. I did not fit very well in the MT 357. It was actually one of my first tractors that I looked at. We did not do a video on it. I think I'm going to at some point, but not as a video that we're looking for another tractor, but just to kind of showcase the tractor, because I like the LS MT 357. In the end, there was a couple other things that helped lead to the decision to buy the TYM. And it had nothing to do with the quality of the LS tractor. What it had mostly to do with was, like I said, cab size. And there were some other things, like the front end loader doesn't go up as high as what the TYM did. Now look, I'm not going to get into the details of comparing the two tractors, because reality was that both tractors could solve the needs that I was looking for. The size was correct. The size was right. Matter of fact, the LS is a little bit smaller. In the 3 Series is a little bit smaller than the TYM T4058. And I didn't have a problem with that. It was actually a nice size tractor. It weighs a little bit less and so forth. So it would have been a nice tractor that I could have stuck on a trailer and taken other places and accomplished the activities and work that I needed to do with it. But my final choice was this TYM T4058P. I'm very happy with the choice so far. That's really what led to my decision. I chose the TYM based upon several different things. One, the fit of this tractor, the way they've laid this tractor out, they've done a really good job with it, and I think they can make some improvements. Look, if I could step back and build the tractor the way I want it, that would be great, but that's not the case. You're limited to the way they build the tractor and they put them out. Now, when it comes to the TYMs, I really did like the 654, but I don't like certain things about it. I don't like the layout inside that cab, and for good reason. I don't like where they put the remotes. They're behind me on the floor. It's just not comfortable. I will be using those remotes constantly when I'm out in the field, and I thought I had to think about that. Now with my MT573, everything is laid out so nicely in that tractor. It's probably, in my opinion, and that's it, one of the nicest layouts in the cab, and for many of the tractors, especially for that size. Just looking at layout and nothing more, the TYM, they finally put the D-clutch button. This is a 58 horsepower tractor, and they put a D-clutch button on this 12x12 transmission. You have 4 speeds here, and you have 3 ranges on the other side. This tractor came standard with several things that I do like. For example, it came standard with a radio in it. It came standard with a grill guard on it. It came standard with the 3 remotes, things like that. Those are super important to me, and I may never use all 3 remotes, but there's a possibility, because if I put a hydraulic center link on this tractor, I've used up one of the remotes just for that purpose. Now, the 3 remotes were very important to me. Like I said before, I don't think that you should personally ever buy a tractor that has less than 2 remotes on it. 3 remotes is better in my opinion, but there are a lot of tractors out there. They give you 1 remote, and then they want you to buy the second remote and the 3rd remote and so forth. I'm just going to talk about the way the tractor's laid out real quickly, and one of the things, the reason that I chose this over other tractors, and we're not going to get into different brands, and I'm not here to run any brand down. I had a preference. This is what I preferred, and TYM hit the nail on the head this time, in my opinion. Loader stick position, for example, that is in a really good spot. It's comfortable. It's not that far away. It's decently positioned. Shifter, D-clutch button, all in a good position. Some of these things in here I may not really use a whole lot of, because I don't do a lot of tilling and other things, such as this is a turnaround button and this is your backup button. Basically, when you turn around, this right here allows that implement to raise up as you start to turn your steering wheel. This one right here, if you put it in reverse, has that implement raise up as well. Now, I'm not sure I'll ever use it, but it's there if I ever want it, I guess, and I could use it. My position control, my draft control is right here, and then I will use this quite a bit, by the way. And this is my, for how fast or how slow the implement drops to the ground. All of this will be used, and I do like the buttons here. This will drop the implement into the ground, or the bottom one here will drop the implement into the ground, and the top one will raise that implement into a position that you have it set at. you have your PTO right here, which is, this is on, and then this is off, and then you have an auto feature right here, and that's whenever you raise that implement up, your PTO will turn off, and that's what that's for. I will say the parking brake is easy to get to. Now you are supposed to press down on the brake when you pull this up. You can pull it up without pressing down on the brake, but they recommend that you press down on the brakes and then pull this up, and they're connected in some way. All the features up here that are on this tractor are really good. I got to use the sensitivity control quite a bit. We're using the power shuttle. While I'm out there moving hay, you're back and forth and you're loading trailers, and I use that just on and off and on and off, and being able to set that sensitivity control where you're just not banging your head against the back window every time you go into forward or reverse. That's a very super nice feature. I will say that I don't know about today, but a few years ago there was at least one couple tractors I looked at actually, that you could not adjust that sensitivity, and so it is what it is. You know, I have not complained about a lot of stuff on the tractor, but there's going to be some complaints that are going to come up because we're going to review this tractor. We're going to talk about the different things that I don't like and things I do like about it. We're going to go into detail on the specs on this tractor, and we'll talk about all of those things and give you the opportunity to learn more about the TYM 4058. But with all that said, also, I don't like this. I don't like the throttle layout. It's literally down low. You have to reach for it, and you do have to reach for it. You pull back to throttle up, and you push forward to throttle down. I don't know how many times I reached over there to throttle up, and I pushed it forward, and it throttles it down. Now that to me is a little aggravating. It's something I have to get used to. So some of the things that I'm going to say right away about this tractor is it's got a lot of power. I mean, like I said, we've loaded hay with it, and we loaded several trailers of hay last night with it, and we have this. I don't own them, but my brothers do. They have the type of push where you push the hay onto the trailers. They're little long 45-foot trailers. No problem. Pushing up to 9 bales, he pushed it without any problem whatsoever. I had no issues with that. So I did some front end loader work with it too as well. The loader work was great. I didn't have any issues there. This front end loader is strong. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. The only other thing I've done with it is I've had a set of forks on it, and I've moved some heavy steel around with the forks, no problem whatsoever. Didn't have an issue lifting it, nothing. Now, one of the things I will tell you is the tires on this tractor are loaded. It does have those R4s on it, and so it has been a great tractor so far. I do have a problem with it. We'll talk about it in another video. Hopefully, they can get that solved before too long. So, but there it is. We bought one. It's done. I own it, and if hopefully it works out for us, and we'll keep you informed. Okay, we'll talk about this tractor more and more as time goes on. Stay with us for that. Until next time, though, thanks.